You've probably seen the headlines and on both sides of the table. Home prices are crashing, or now is a perfect time to buy. But what is actually happening here in Northern Colorado? Now, if you're looking for a yes or no answer to this question, you're not gonna get it here in this video. There's just so many different variables that come into play anywhere in the United States, but even more importantly, in Northern Colorado. From the city, the price range, the condition of the home, even down to the neighborhood. All these different things play a big role in answering this question. My name is Sam Milstrup and I'm a local realtor here in Northern Colorado. And today I'm gonna break down exactly everything I'm seeing in today's market here in the Northern Colorado area. Throughout this video, if you have any questions at all about relocating, buying a home in Northern Colorado, selling a home in Northern Colorado, here is my contact information right here. Go ahead and reach out, give me a text, call, or email, and I'd absolutely love to help you with your move. Let's get into it. Now, whether or not you're a home buyer or a home seller, or maybe both, these are all the things I want you to take into consideration when possibly thinking of making a move. Topic number one, I want to talk about the headlines and how misleading they can be. First of all, the national housing market and your local market are two completely different things. If you're hearing things about the national market or the entire United States, whether or not it's a good time to buy or sell, they're talking in averages over all these different states, and it's not going to be accurate to your specific location. One thing I've come to realize, and most people know this as well, is that real estate is hyper located to each individual spot, even down to the neighborhood sometimes. If you're looking at a neighborhood in Fort Collins, Colorado, with the home price of about $500,000, and then try to compare it to Firestone, Colorado with that same home price, you're gonna wanna make sure you're looking into each specific market because they're all gonna be doing something a little different. And what makes it even more frustrating is if you're looking at two different homes in the same exact city with the same exact price points, you could have two completely different markets and every single neighborhood is gonna be doing something different. When people ask me how the market is doing, I ask them, what location are you talking about? Are you a buyer or seller? What's your price point? Is the home in a metro taxing district? There's all these different factors that are gonna go into that question. The second thing I want you to consider is different cities are moving at different speeds. Now let's first start with some of the cities that have a little bit higher average home prices here in Northern Colorado. So let's talk about Erie, Lafayette, and Louisville. Now throughout these three cities, you can expect to pay on average anywhere from $650,000 up to $800,000. And you'd think with that, the market would be a little bit slower. But that's actually the opposite of what's happening in these cities. The inventory is lower, the demand is higher. The school districts in these cities are extremely sought after. And because of all these factors, the home prices in these cities tend to stay a little bit more stable. So with all these factors, we tend to see these cities being a little bit more of a seller's market throughout the whole year. Now don't let that discourage you if you're a buyer, because when you go to sell 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road, the demand is still gonna be there and you're gonna have some awesome equity when you decide to exit. And then next I wanna talk about Windsor, Johnstown, and Firestone, which are cities that are a little bit more up and coming and there's a lot of growth happening right now. Now, when you hear growth, especially as a buyer, it kind of sounds like you might have a little bit more competition, but that's actually the opposite within these cities. The reason being is you have so much new construction, which is gonna be competition for anybody looking to sell those houses. So not only do buyers have the options of looking at resale homes, but they also have the option of new construction. And with this, you tend to see sellers struggling a little bit more in these cities. And then last, we have Longmont, Loveland, and Fort Collins, which are some of our more established cities here in Northern Colorado. Now, since these cities are more established and there's not as much growth going on, it creates a little bit more of a healthy market. Whether you're looking to buy, whether you're looking to sell, it really evens out and there's really not one-sided answer to this, but again, still comes down to the neighborhood. And then another thing I want you to consider is interest rates and how they are driving buyers' behavior. When most people are looking to purchase a home, they don't care about the purchase price. All they care about is the monthly payment, and the interest rate is going to have a huge effect on that. Now, though interest rates are currently a little bit higher, sitting around 6.5%, since we've experienced these rates for the last few years, we're starting to see it become the new norm and buyers are starting to get a little bit more used to it. Now, that isn't to say there's a lot of buyers on the fence just waiting for interest rates to come down and not willing to move until they do so. So if interest rates were to drop only by 1%, 100%, we would definitely see a lot more buyers come back into the market. And with that, you're gonna have a little bit more competition. And I can't say how much home prices are gonna rise, but there's a good chance they will. So this is one of those things where I want you to consider what makes more sense for you. Purchase a home now when interest rates are a little bit higher, but you have a little bit more negotiating room, or wait until they drop and maybe have to compete with 2, 3, 4 buyers. So what homes are actually seeing price reductions? Now, for the most part, the homes that have been sitting on the market a little bit longer, the homes that have been reducing their price, they were just overpriced in the first place. I heard a saying not too long ago, and it was, buyers think it's 2008 and sellers think it's 2021. And I can't think of a better explanation for what's actually happening within the market here. So many of these sellers that I sit down with, they talk about their neighbor's house that sold 3 years ago for $50,000 to $100,000 more than what I'm suggesting. And if you have a realtor that's willing to list the house at whatever price just to get the deal, then a lot of those times they're gonna work the price down and end up selling it for less than if they would have originally priced it what they should have for. So last, I wanna end with, what am I seeing on the market and what is my opinion of what's gonna be happening in the future? I think the market is good. I think the market is healthy. There's plenty of buyers out there, and there's definitely people that are looking to make a move. Are there sellers that are struggling? Yes, absolutely. Are there buyers that keep getting beat out in different bidding wars? Yes. If you're a buyer that's looking at a home that just hit the market, don't expect to have as much leverage. But there are still plenty of opportunities of homes that have been sitting on the market 30, 40, 50, 60 days, and that's gonna give you a little bit more opportunity to negotiate and get the deal you want. If you're a seller, price it right from the start. Listen to your agent as long as you trust them. If you risk overpricing, you're going to be chasing the market down. And if you don't sell within the first 30 days, you're definitely going to be losing the money you could have if you would have just priced it right from the start. And to finish with what I think is going to happen next, my answer is this. I do not have a crystal ball. We do not know which direction things are going to go. If interest rates drop, will more buyers come on the market and it turn into more of a seller's market? Yes, probably. If interest rates were to rise and get above 7%, would listings sit on the market longer and it turn into more of a buyer's market? Yes. There's so many different variables, and if anybody's telling you what the market's gonna do, if it's gonna crash, if it's gonna be a better time to buy in the future, they don't know what they're talking about. They're just predicting, and there's no right or wrong answer. So if you're looking to sell or you're looking to buy, should you wait? Here's my answer. Don't time the market. If it's a good time for you to move and you can afford it, do it. If it doesn't make so much sense, just wait. It's all up to your timeline and what's going on in your life. All right, guys, that is it. That is my take on the home prices here in Northern Colorado. So if you have any questions at all, if you're thinking to buy, if you're looking to sell, if you're maybe looking to do it in the next year, again, here's my contact information. Go ahead and reach out, and I'd love to help you with your move whenever that may be. We'll catch you next time.